My name is Stacy Wyatt. I have had herpes since 2004 October. I got it from my ex-husband. I was faithful to him from 18 to 25. When I first found out I had it, I was in complete shock and denial. Now before this, I started getting sick and didn't know why. Since I have fibroids and endometriosis, I automatically assumed that when the pussy gets sick, it has to be one of those two. So I went on to my doctor thinking they're going to tell me maybe it's time for that hysterectomy that he been trying to get me to get. And he said I had genital herpes plus pelvic inflammatory disease. Pelvic inflammatory disease is temporary. You can treat it with medication. Genital herpes, on the other hand, is for life. Even if you never have another outbreak, it's still in your system. So I was in complete shock, complete denial, didn't know what to do. The doctors and stuff was lying to me. I said, I cannot believe that I have this. This just cannot happen to me. I've been married. It's the only guy I slept with for all this time. And so I went home, confronted my ex, and he said that he didn't give it to me. So now I am hurt because not only I'm in shock because I have it, now that my ex is saying he ain't cheating, he ain't doing this, when I already knew he was. I mean, he was staying out every weekend, going clubbing. When he went out on weekends, he wouldn't come home 3, 4, 5 o'clock in the morning, or not at all. His phone was conveniently dead, or he had no minute, because every time I called, no answer. So I would not admit that I had it at all. You couldn't get me to admit that I had it at all. So a few months go down the road, I'm still not admitting I had it. I finally cheated on my ex. But I did not tell these guys that I had sex with because I'm still living in denial. And by living in denial, I'm putting these motherfuckers at risk. I'm endangering them, and that's one of the things that I regret the most, that I didn't tell. So from February 2005 till about October, November 2005, I did not tell no one. Not a soul. Not a soul. The one thing that made me change my views on this was I had to accept that I had it. No matter how many outbreaks I was going through, I had to accept that I had it. And I got pregnant in May 2005. I was having pregnancy complications. I was having my fibroids, the endo, and the herpes outbreaks all at the same time. And I went without sex for about 3 months. And while I was going without, I started developing an awareness that I did have it. So I started going to the libraries and doing research on it, trying to find some facts. I stopped fucking, so I'm already not having sex. All the new guys that I met after, I think, February 2005, I told. They all knew. The ones before, I could not go back and personally apologize to them because most of them were one night stands. And so I couldn't apologize to everyone. So what I did first was go to the websites where I met most of these men off of and put on my web pages, I have herpes, and issue an apology. The ones I met on the chat lines like Vibe Line, Lava Life, I really couldn't because, like I said, I had nowhere to contact them. I didn't have their numbers no more. Didn't know what they lived. Some of them I just only knew their nicknames. Didn't know what their full name was to even look them up in the phone book. I just said I worry about them when they come. And trust me, they did come, whether it was years down the road or months down the road. And I had to tell them I had herpes. But what I didn't do is tell them the exact date that I got it. So now I'm lying again. If I fucked them in, you know, February 2005, I tell them I got it in March 2005. And after a while, that got old too. So I had to become truthful with myself and start telling people and giving them facts and stuff. And I guess by being having to tell these men and getting rejected by men who did not want anything to do with me, whether as a fuck or a friend. That's one thing I learned that really hurt me. It's one thing for somebody to tell me that they don't want to fuck me because of herpes. It's another thing when we've been friends for years, months, and I'm thinking we have a solid relationship in the process or developing a solid relationship, only to tell them, look, we're friends. Let me tell you what's wrong with me. I ain't telling me they won't be associated with me, even though we never had sex. And through the process of rejection and having to tell men, I became stronger, I became bolder, I became more courageous. And now everybody that I meet, whether I sleep with you or not, all knows that I have herpes. I get cussed out because, told off because I do tell people like that, and some people don't appreciate the candor because they feel I should keep it still on the down low. And I'm not doing that no more. I'm not gonna live in denial no more. I'm sorry, I just can't do it. I'm going to tell people that I have herpes. I am going to educate people about it. I'm going to raise awareness about STDs. And I got a business idea in the works in which I want to raise STD awareness. I understand why people live in denial. I understand why people start telling. I got friends that are living in denial. One of the best advice I can offer is wear condoms and get tested every 6 months. And if you have something, make sure you tell people up front. Also, if you have an STD, remember you are not an STD, you have an STD. Don't let it ruin your life. Live your life to the fullest. Make it the best you can be. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger. And that is my PSA announcement, part 1. Thank you.